I thought you were gonna say Triple X, the
When he says
the first one.
I love my country.
I love my country.
I love my country. After he bangs that Russian chick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That Russian chick was hot.
Yeah, she was.
That was
No doubt, no
that
doubt.
was definitely one of my
Childhood crushes.
well,
I know what you're gonna say, but
maybe
we're
less
keeping it
PG.
PG. Yeah, we're keeping it PG-13. That's how we do it in here.
Also, him snowboarding the through the avalanche.
Oh yeah.
That's another.
That movie was just, all of them are just so. All right. So what do we have so far in the draft? They picked Lifestealer into OD, which there's a really nice timing where Lifestealer, he has a ton of evasion, his level 20 talent,
Yeah.
which people don't talk about, and also the fact that he gets Radiance, and OD doesn't like to build items like Bloodthorn, and he doesn't like to build items like NKB.
Yeah.
So really, you're just relying on the BKB timing of this hero.
Right.
Plus, Hurricane Pike's kind of useless against this guy.
And then no matter what, even if you get your BKB, there's still going to be that evasion.
Yeah,
like you'll
exactly.
deal with the radiance, but you won't deal with the evasion. So that's going to be problematic. It's also stick combo with Spirit Breaker, as well as Oracle has synergy with both these heroes because both cores can heal themselves.
Yeah, I do think OD is not a bad way to deal with Oracle though. You just
Yeah.
like banish whoever gets on top of. But I also think like there's two ways to deal with OD. It's typically in the laning phase. We'll talk about what you do in the laning phase, but the two ways to deal with him in game is either get on top of him and just have like repetitive damage, or throw things at him.
Okay.
That's why he doesn't like playing against like heroes like Veno, for example. It was a terrible meta for him because there's just like 8 wards in the game. You can't really move around.
Yeah.
Because this hero is like so movement dependent, and he's and then laning phase wise, like you want a hero that can always push in the wave. And what that means, guys, is if you're an aspiring mid player or you're trying to get better, if you play against a hero like OD that can't counter push out his wave, you'll always be at a creep advantage to just be able to like trade hits with him nonstop.
Yeah. Do you think they're doing this is the move Spirit Breaker in 4 position Fiorina, which they did before, right?
Yeah, because I think that you need some sort of, in my opinion anyways, having a 4 position that can clear creeps is very invaluable.
Yeah.
Because then it enables their game at all times, and it makes it so that even if your offlaner has a bad time, if he's some sort of like initiator or he has some way to start a fight for you, he's always going to be effective in the game.
Especially when you have like a safe lane carry that wants to go around and kill some people.
Yeah.
And, like Lifestealer wants to occasionally do a bomb with Spirit Breaker. You got to push out some waves.
Exactly.
To do that, right?
And that's probably like my favorite thing about Dota is that I know there's like a meme about me about it for a while, like the shove the lanes thing, but it is true. It's like how you create plays in Dota is if the enemy creep wave has to deal with your creeps and you don't have to deal with theirs, then I think a lot of like it's almost counterintuitive in a way, because I know a lot of low level players, even I used to think when I was like really shit at the game, like, oh, a creep wave is right in front of my tower, sick. That's like really safe farm, and that's good for us.
Yeah.
But like realistically speaking, it's good for you in the short term, but it's terrible for you in the long run, because you're not actually getting as much out of the laning phase as you want to.
Yeah. Last pick, Slark. Slark OD. Dude, I've been seeing this. I just had some pubs where, like, I've had. North America is so greedy when it comes to their cores. Troll OD, Slark OD. Like, there will be so many times where we'll just double down on 2 different heroes that are supposed to carry the game.
Yeah.
They're supposed to kind of like be the be all end all. But this is obviously different. I'm just complaining about my pubs. This is obviously a different situation because I don't think OD is in a good position this game to carry.
And partially, probably what it is with this like draft is that you're probably picking the Slark and the OD as like counters, but it doesn't actually. I don't actually think it feels that good to like run it like this.
This is a fast lineup from J.Storm too.
Yeah.
With a core Spirit Breaker, and you've got this Death Prophet's going to be pushing down towers. That in turn is going to make it so we have a faster Radiance on Lifestealer, and that's like the biggest downtime for Lifestealer, right? Is picking up the Radiance.
Yeah.
Once he has that, then he's usually ready to. He'll just and play a minute of farm, play a minute of fight, and it just kind of goes back and forth.
So there is a few things. One, when you Shadow Demon ulti, Yules is useless, right? So heroes like DP aren't nearly as good.
Yeah.
You have 2 different saves for each other. Like you have 2 different disrupts. So there is a thing about Dota that I like to point out that I'm thinking of right now is if you don't have if you don't have what's that thing called? Wave clear or a way to push in the lanes, you actually need to just be able to 5-man and be stronger.
Okay.
That is the only way that you can deal with not having any sort of wave clear. Because I actually think their wave clear is garbage.
Yes. Super garbage.
Any hero that shows on the map is getting charged at. Is
And
how.
Do you think they have better team fight? Because I don't.
That's the question here, right? Is it?
Yeah.
That is the if you think that, if you don't think that they can push in the waves or whatever, then that's the way it goes. Like, can they?
Okay.
If you can't push in the wave, the question you should then ask yourself is, do they win a 5-on-5? Like, can they? That's why like those Omni OD strats with like 0 wave clear are actually decent.
Yeah.
Because of that fact. Because you can actually just straight up be stronger in a 5-man than the enemy team.
Okay.
Oh, that's very nice.
Oh, hey, I've got a cool interaction I can talk about.
What?
This is something that Aiden and I were talking about. Insania, the Oracle versus Shadow Demon matchup. So you're talking about how the Purge screws over heroes like Death Prophet.
Yeah.
And it also screws over Oracle pretty hard because False Promise, you put that on somebody, and the idea is you're going to Purifying Flames them. But Purifying Flames as well as Fate's Edict are both dispellable. So it can be like a hard counter.
I see.
Right? Because you save that person, but then you can't actually heal them, and you can't make them magic immune either.
That's
so
pretty good.
You only do damage to them with Purifying Flames. You actually don't heal them at all. There are ways around it, though. Earn and Healing Self.
I see.
Those are two things that are not dispellable.
SD, by the way, is just like moving up like crazy.
Dude, he is.
He's moving up. The thing about the hero is like conceptually he seems very broken. Like the hero, the ability to like create illusions from cores. You get this like ulti that just continuously like purges.
Yeah.
In theory, he should feel very good. I will say, by the way, that somebody in Twitch chat said they said, don't underestimate Beast Coast. They're making waves, and the undertow can be deadlier than you think. What kind of comment is that? Like, that's, oh, dude, did you get paid to write that?
That guy is also a fan of the Beast Coast mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that, like, Coasty?
I have no idea. It has a whole lore behind it.
I know. Dude, we read through that once.
All right, so our lane's going to come down to Shadow Demon Centaur versus Lifestealer Oracle, and the Lina Spirit Breaker matchup against Treese and Slark. I think this is good lanes for Beast Coast.
It's got to be. You literally have to win the laning phase. It's the only thing you can do in this game, I think.
Do you know how OD does against Death Prophet?
I would imagine, again, like, any sort of hero that can push out the waves is going to be pretty good against OD.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are wondering, like, how this lane goes, the way it should go, anyways, in my opinion, is whenever the OD comes forward, you as the DP nuke out the wave. You probably wait till level 2, so you're mana efficient. And then once the lane is shoved in, you simply just right-click him. When he's under the wave.
When he's
I would say that it's not as good as like Lina versus or like Sniper versus OD is because you don't have the range like you do on those two heroes.
Your right clicks, like, you don't have the attack speed that you get from the Lina passive.
Yeah, I actually don't think this matchup is very good for DP watching it for like 30 seconds or something like that.
Also, your animation is, well, I guess it's not terrible. I remember thinking it used to be worse.
Yeah.
The Death Prophet animation.
I don't know. I feel like all heroes that can like push out the lane just like somebody just said like Sama take my energy. It was like, you know, spoiler alert, man.
Envy's out of the qualifiers. In fact, Envy was never in the qualifiers to begin with.
How can you lose the qualifiers? You know, the tap thinking face.
Yeah. We real smart. I feel like both offlanes can't really do a whole lot to get kills, because it feels uncomfortable, I would say, playing this tree Slark lane, where you're going to get your stats stolen a lot.
Yeah.
Though I'm a little bit surprised Mike is pulling. I thought he would just play in the lane, because I don't think they can kill Slark if he's there.
I don't think they can kill Slark either, but like you want a level advantage. I think the thing about Slark is you want to give him as much solo XP as you can. Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he got bashed up too, and that's going to be your first blood for Moo.
That was really bad by Leo or Mandy.
Yeah.
The classic thing is you can pull, but you have to know you're going to miss like 1 CS.
Yeah.
And that's okay because
No, they might just catch another one because Mike does not have a level of Nature's Guise. He's gone for the 0-1-1 build, and that living armor is not going to protect him enough, I don't think. He's going to be able to pick up the kill on Moo. That's a double for him. And, yeah, you're saying all Leo had to do was just not play greedy and just accept he was going to miss a CS or two.
And now both people die.
Now they're both dead.
That's the classic carry player dilemma, you know?
Yeah.
It's like...
Dude, when you are a support and you pull, just tell your carry, like, hey, really emphasize it, like, hey,
chill.
You need to back up and chill out.
Everything's fine.
Every carry player gets it in their head that, like, I missed this 2 CS because my support wasn't in lane. I AFK now.
You think I cares? Shit support. Me done. It's
Why
like, and then they
pull?
complain that they're like level 5 and the enemy carries level 7.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. The good news for Beast Coast though is like their mid lane's going really well and their top lane's like crushing it.
So so living armor is instantly taken off by Dark Pact, right?
Stream overlay to in-game? Ah.
Oh,
Does that make a difference?
Yeah, it's the top bar is going to be different.
Our
bad.
Our bad. We fixed that. We can't see the kill score. Well, it's 2-0, guys. Apologies. I'm not good at this thing.
But yeah, the Dark Pact just removes living armor, right?
Yeah.
Because it's instances of damage. Weird.
But it's very good for OD.
That's going to be 3 out of 4 bounty runes for J.Storm. Just another thing that's gone right for them in the laning phase. But yeah, Centaur's killing it up here. Brax. Dude, Brax has been carrying Beast Coast the whole year.
Yeah, he has.
Kid's good.
Retaliate, though. Straight up broke.
Yeah. Especially against these heroes with low attack but high base attack time. Like Oracle.
Yeah, and Rezo trying to come here, deal with the pull. You know what it is, though, about, like, the creep pulling thing and, like, missing 2 CS so your lane is overall better?
Yeah.
It's about delayed gratification.
Ah, yeah.
And kids are real bad at that. Oh, my lord. All right, Rezo's tilted. Rezo's tilted. That's on 1437.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. Oh, they got another kill, though. Mike is dead. Bottom lane. Apologies, I'm no grand observer. But I'll try and be better.
The undertoken.
Nine might just be dead here. As Roya keeps a little bit of pace. He still has his ultimate as well, but apparently not feeling... Come on. All right, 1437 must have been out of position. Gets disrupted, Centaur stomped, and right-click to death. And Resolution can't do anything because with the Retaliate stack still going, Brax just as easily beat him down, too.
Casual 200 damage at 6 minutes in.
Yeah, this matchup used to be real life stealer favored.
Chokes on you.
A long time ago.
No Centaur matchup is not Centaur favored.
Yeah. Now, ever since Retaliate. Oof.
Plus, when you hit 6, you're just strong now. Like,
yeah.
You can't. Remember, I used to pick this for you in the quals. I was like, the lane phase is gonna suck, dude. But like, you're gonna ulti when he rage or open wounds you.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be fine.
Double bracer. I didn't see much of because that was the very first day where we watched the Moo Spirit Breaker. I didn't see a ton of what he did, so.
He went like halberd and just kind of ran at people with phase boots.
So he's going to go a lot of stats at the start. Double bracer and full magic wand.
Ooh, I like this. Ryo's just going to farm up all the stacks.
A little bit of help from Brax, who just needs 1 or 2 CS for him to get his Ring of Health. That's all he needed. Now he's got a Vanguard in lane against the Lifestealer. That's going to feel a whole lot better. 1437 will start taking over the mid lane. Oracle is definitely one of those heroes you want to give some experience to. So while 9 is farming up this triple stack, 1437 might be able to get level 6. Maybe even level 7, which is where your big nuke damage comes in.
Leo's actually not doing that bad comparatively, like CS-wise. He's doing all right.
Yeah, if only he just hadn't got greedy earlier, I think it really would have been fine. As a result of that one death, though, his net worth is sitting at 2,700. That's well below the rest of the course in the game.
As Moo makes his way up top, but not really going to do anything. Like I don't think he can kill Brax at this phase. Brax already has his ulti up.
Yeah.
There's almost no way that Moo gets this kill.
With a Vanguard, too.
He's looking for this OD right now, I think. Or like trying to.
I feel like this has been a really big trend of mid laners leaving their lane to farm up neutrals, while the supports then take over the mid lane to get their level 6s. And it feels like there's not a great way to deal with it either.
Yeah, you can't punish it this early into the game. Like, how are you supposed to go into the jungle? The only other thing you can really do is gank, but like, oh, Moo.
Fine, Roya, but honestly, he's not going to be able to do too much to him. He won't be in danger, of course, because he can always charge away, which is where he's going. He's going to hit to Brax. He actually does manage to stop that disruption, so Moo will not be able to join him here in the top lane. It might actually still be dying if anybody helps out the Shatter Demon. Still trying to help out Brax. He's actually just fine because of the Vanguard, so neither one of the offlaners is really in trouble. Maybe, if Moo had been able to keep the charge going on the Centaur, maybe they could have at least forced out Stampede, but as it is, Resolution's going to get caught trying to go for that 10-minute bounty rune, and they will be able to take it away from him. And if anything, they're just going to right-click him down with that Retaliate stacks going. And that Stampede to make sure the Lifestealer couldn't get away. Well done by Brax. Very nicely set up by IX Mike. Now J.Storm moving to the opposite side of the map, seeing Beast Coast have already made their move. They're going to try and mirror.
Our overlays are wrong.
What?
Teams are on the wrong side at the top.
Oh, they are? Oh, yeah, they really are. J.Storm's on the right.
Why did they do that? Who made this?
I don't know. I don't know how to switch it either.
What?
Yeah.
I just click in-game.
Yeah. Hit PC clean. I don't have any ads.
This is the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, there we go.
All right, well, that takes away the ads,
have ads, but like whatever. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, BTS, but
Brax in trouble. Doesn't have Stampede, so 9 should be able to finish him off. Moves trying to real quickly get the disruption off, but now the charge is going to go onto him, and he's going to die here as well. So a good move by J.Storm. They all ran to bottom lane, but still able to head to top and defend, so they got the tower advantage here, even though it was Beast Coast who made the first move.
Nine's trying to take this top tower right now, but this is somewhat unlikely. They're trying to do it with the catapult timing.
Well, at least they get a little bit of damage. Well, it's not unhealable damage, as Grant would say.
It's not unhealable damage.
That is a reparable tower.
This is the upside of the lineup. Is that like they can just like get things going,
and that's why J.Storm. Like, it's so important for them to make big moves on towers, right?
Yeah.
They
it's
can't
like
be...
You're bringing 4 heroes and you're hard committing to a tier 1. Something like that. And that means that you have to play around this DP ulti timing. That's about it. Nine's actually still going for the Yule Scepter, despite being against the SD. I feel like you need a defensive item. You can't just straight up go Ags, but, like, Yule's doesn't feel...
Yeah, I feel you. Doesn't feel great. As an offensive item, it might be helpful, though, against situations like this Stampede. And, well... Yeah, that's pretty much it. It can help you get rid of overgrowth, but yeah, I feel you. Against Shatter Demon, it's not going to be
This has actually been a
great.
pretty good Spirit Breaker game, by the way. Like, Moo's just getting free farm. He's getting pretty good levels, too.
He's going to go for a Blade Mail against the Slark and OD. So that's going to help turn his... That natural tankiness is usually pretty bad against Slarks and ODs, but...
I will say, by the way, I think Spirit Breaker is a great way to deal with Slark. Like, you can always charge through him on top of him and then
Open wounds and the follow-up from behind from 9. Managed to get the silence. Now there is going to be Ike's Mike. Gets a good overgrowth. And Brax actually tries to come back in, hit a stomp. Only hits one hero off of it. 9's going to be saved immediately by the Oracle, making sure this Death Prophet is going to be able to get his full ultimate out. And Roya pushed back into the enemy team. And 9, he's going to heal up to full quite easily there. Beast Coast, a big stumble as J.Storm was very well set up to take that engagement.
And Brax and Mike here on the left side. They've got to be careful, though. This is no longer a fight you can take in. This is the big swinging movement that you were thinking about or talking about. Like, you want to make sure that whenever you do make sort of plays like this, like, you're getting the tower as well. And that's the 9 ulti timing. I like that he's sacrificing a little bit of his farm to show up preemptively to the lanes. It was well done overall.
Also, how he came into the lane, coming in from the side and
Yes.
a little bit behind.
The fake, I really like the way that that was set up. He comes in at first, thinks that you think to yourself like, oh, like he pops the ulti, great, and then he actually utilizes that timing. Because so many players are like, oh, they use Warlock ult. I guess it's time to farm now, but 9 did a very good job of utilizing. He's like, okay, well now it's down. If I come in the second time around, it's going to be much more successful.
Right. We saw the power of the Oracle Death Prophet. I mean, 1437, it's a super easy job. You don't really have to wait till the last moment or anything like that. As soon as they turn on to that Death Prophet, just pop it on him. He's going to be able to heal himself. The important thing is he gets off the full Exorcism and full Spirit Siphon damage.
And Ryoya popped his ulti on him, thinking like, this is going to kill, but like,
no.
It did nothing. You've got like, what, 113 int?
Yeah.
Versus like the 85 of the DP. That's not that much damage. It's like 250 damage or something.
He's trying to go second item Scythe. What are your thoughts on that one?
They do need control. Like, they really lack actual stun, aside from Brax. He needs a blink pretty bad, but I never think Hex is a bad item, per se.
Right.
What else are you supposed to get in this game? Like, BKB is an item you're going to have to get at some point, but like, it doesn't even look that attractive because of the Spirit Breaker DP.
Yeah. Beast Coast may have a timing coming up with the Blink Dagger on its way very soon for Brax. And, well, that's really it. Their 2 carries are a little bit far away, and Leo tries to go up into the high ground, gets charged up immediately by Moo, chained it with the silence, but still managed to get off his Shadow Dance. So he will actually be okay. That does spoil J.Storm's. Well, it reveals that they were going to go for this mid-tower push, but we'll see whether or not Beast Coast is even capable of defending this with the Blink Dagger not there from the Centaur and the 2 cores far away from an item. I'm not sure if they can really defend this. And that's just going to feel quite bad when you have a Treant Protector on your team.
Yeah, especially with the mid-tower being as important as it is. So, if you're Dire side, guys, the towers I think that you want to take anyways are the ones at, if you take the top tier 2 and the mid tier 1, it's a free Roshan after that point.
Yeah.
You put yourself in a really good position to Rosh. And they're pinging towards bottom, but I actually think this is where you fight if you're Beast Coast. Like, there's no DP ult anymore, plus Lifestealer has no items.
You see the call for the movement. I think Roya said, let's head down to that bottom lane. Mike does have the smoke. They're not going to do it just yet. Just pushing out the mid lane, showing Leo a little bit, and then they're going to wrap in. But the thing is, J.Storm have already retreated. They've left their very hard to gank Resolution Lifestealer here.
They have no... yeah.
They do manage to get a stomp on him, though. He doesn't pop the rage fast enough. He gets it off now, goes for the open wounds, has an infest open, but he has nowhere to really run to very easily.
And they know they have the overgrowth at all times.
Yeah. I think that was a mistake by
Rezo?
By Rezo. Should have just retreated with the rest of his team.
I think he genuinely, I think there was a part of him that forgot that the tree could just own him like that.
Yeah.
Plus, he probably just didn't think he was going to get Centaur stunned. He must have been looking at something else during that time.
Yeah.
Because I think, for the most part, like, the downside of Centaur is that it's actually kind of hard to get your ulti off. Or your stun off. Because of the, like, high cast animation. It's like playing Slardar versus Rubik or something, you know.
Yeah.
Where that's the direct counter because you should never be able to get your stun off.
I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen this in my life. Just got Nature's Guys at level 7.
Somebody else is Mad. Mad does that.
No. But Matt does that. But he does maxed out Leech Seed usually.
Yeah.
He goes 0-3-2.
Also, he's a core.
And he's also a core. This is a Train Protector who didn't even put... He had a skill point that he saved all the way until level 7 before he finally put it into something. He wasn't sure if he needed the Nature's Guys, and so he kept Leech Seed as level 1.
I mean, think about his lane. It was like Spear Breaker and Lina. I don't think you're out trading that, personally.
Well, I could see it if he had like 0-2 or 2-3-0 with maxed out Leech Seed and Nature's Guys. Like, that's a very impactful laning phase. But he went for the maxed out Living Armor, I think. I mean, we talked about how important it was to protect these towers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that build did not work for them because obviously they've lost all their towers.
They meant to keep that mid-tier 1 alive.
Yeah.
I think was the big thing. This bottom tower, though, is probably going to be the next target. They really don't want to have to commit DP ult for this, but I think they're being a little bit greedy by not. It's just going to take a while. You have to stick around this area, and this is the best part of the game for Leo, is when everybody is grouped up. Like, he's level 15 already, he's got a Midas. Everybody's down here waiting for Rezo to take this tower doing nothing, you know? Like, everyone's just kind of watching him take this.
Yeah.
And now 9 comes in, but, like, you better make something work with this next ulti. Because this has essentially been, like, 2.5 minutes of farm for Leo.
Yeah. But if they take this tower without using the Death Prophet ultimate and they can use the Exorcism to take mid-tier 2 right now, like, do you think that's worth it then?
If anything, I think they should, like, probably Roshan or something.
Okay. You know, I thought about Roche, but I just wasn't sure if that was...
I think I favor Beast Coast right now. I'm not sure.
Well,
I think
see
Beast
what
Coast should
the,
avoid the straight-up 5-on-5, though.
Yeah.
And instead go for, like, the hit-and-run pick-off with your OD.
Especially with, like, Radiance being picked up by Resolution now. You've got a very slight net worth lead for J.Storm. Beast Coast is up a lot in experience by over 4K.
Yeah,
and
that's the 5-man versus everyone just splitting up right now.
I don't
like,
know what
Leo's
the,
taking hard advantage of this.
Can you hit F8 for me on mine? Just curious what the Dota Pluff win percentage. Yeah, it
favors Beast Coast.
It favors Beast
And
Coast,
I think
and it
rightfully
has
so.
favored Beast Coast the entire time.
I definitely think so right now. Just because, I mean, they're just in a better spot.
Stampede's going to go out. They actually go through the Shadow Demon. They're still going to make the initiation. Pop in the Oracle before he can get the save off on 9, which means 9 will fall here as well. Lifestealer goes for it. Mike, can you get the Overgrowth?
Oh,
he got
that
it.
range!
Nice range. Reading that by Mike. Just stays up in the high ground, gets as close as he needed to before popping it. And that's 3 dead. 3 very big kills. As you said, they hadn't used the Exorcism yet. We're supposed to make a big play, and instead they lose a fight.
And
And Leo has farmed that entire time.
I really did not like how they approached that. It was like, oh, well, let's just stay around bottom. Let's chill. Let's not use the DP ult. It would have been off cooldown anyways at this point. And you would have taken that tower in 30 seconds as opposed to, like, the 3 minutes that it took
Yeah.
of slowly hitting the tower. And that's stuff, like, you have to think about. You can't be that greedy. You have to think, like, okay, I want to save my ulti because this tier 2 tower is guaranteed. But at the same time, it's like, well, what am I losing in return for not using it?
Yeah.
It's I'm just losing time. Like, you're not actually getting anything on the map.
And now we've got our 2 big core items. The Scythe was already up before that fight. Now we've got the Scotty for Leo. And J.Storm.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that, I think, personally.
Now should Beast Coast, now that they've got the 2 big core items, do you think
No,
they
just
should
farm.
defend? Or
No, I think just farm.
Okay.
They're not taking advantage of, like, what the Spear Breaker does best either, which is, like, when the map is split, Moo comes in and can get kills and, like, set up for things. Whereas, like, Leo, you know, he's had the freest time this game since the post-laning phase. They've got no towers, but, like, they don't really care about that.
Yeah.
It feels really nice once you've taken this mid tower anyways, and then the rest of the game can, like, slowly develop in your favor. Because the rest of the towers will be free at some point.
Yeah. Also, Slark has gotten a big buff off of these wards, giving so much gold and experience now.
Yeah.
But just add in the fact that, like, Leo, what he's been doing very well is he's been playing jungle the entire time.
Yeah.
And he has sentries on him, so they have wards in place to be able to spot him, but Leo, obviously, he gets the read off of his ultimate. Top lane, they're actually going to be able to make a go onto Roya here. That'd be a big kill, but the Stampede goes off. Now they actually turn as the Overgrowth goes down. There's going to be the save from Resolution, from that Oracle, but that means the Oracle's instantly going to die here. Nine's going to come in with the Exorcism. He has to play a little bit of space, though, as Leo sticks on top of him, and Lifesteal actually dies through that Oracle ultimate because they had no heals after he got saved because the Oracle just died right away. So that's going to be another Exorcism potentially wasted unless they can get a big kill on Leo, but no, he survives through the Laguna Blade. Brax tries to make his jump forward, does get saved by the disruption, but it's a momentary respite as he will eventually fall here. Still, really good for Beast Coast, even as they lose Brax there. A wasted Exorcism for a bad fight.
Wow, this is so hype right now. Like, J.Storm can't actually fight. The only reason Brax dies there is because Beast Coast got greedy in general. They need to deward this ward up here. This is the king ward in Dota 2 right now. If you're Dire and Radiant and you've taken the mid-tier 1, this is where everyone naturally fights around because of the positioning it gives you. It fights around this area. It tells you like the shrine. It shows you the backstep from mid.
Yep.
So that was the only downside of Beast Coast right there is like you need to control that area before you're able to continue that fight. But in this actual game, like J.Storm doesn't have enough save aside from the Oracle. They have no way to really disengage because of the tree ult. They have double save on the side of Beast Coast.
And they went from just picking up the site to now almost immediately having BKB, as well as the Blink Dagger on Slark is coming in soon. Things are getting...
I'm not feeling like the impact of a lot of these heroes. Like, I'm not feeling, for example, Rezo Lifestealer by far, and this top lane in general, like this Oracle Lifestealer have zero impact in this game right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is not Rezo's best game, and this is definitely not 1437's best game. He's having a rough go of it right now. The rest of the heroes as well, by the way, like, they have decent scores, but like, they're playing the way that... Oh.
Stampede goes off. They do manage to jump forward. They're silenced, though. Can they save the Death Prophet? Where's the Oracle? It's not going to be here fast enough, or maybe he will. He's actually getting here with the Spirit Siphon, saving him so much. That clutch silence from 9 prevented them from bursting on the Death Prophet, and now Roya's in trouble. He doesn't have his BKB. It was being delivered to him on the courier, but it doesn't get here in time. So greedy from Beast Coast, and they're throwing away a big advantage that they had. They've lost 2. They've only killed the Lina so far. Fortunately, Leo was able to snake his way out of there, as is Brax, who TP'd away.
You have to wait for the BKB. It's like the biggest power spike that you can get.
Why didn't they just wait?
If you wait 30 seconds there, you pop BKB, you go through the silence, you'll cut through. You'll 3-shot everybody. I'm so confused by that because there's just no reason to make that play without the BKB. It's OD's like next giant power spike timing. And
nice pickup from Leo. Denies the Yasha for Resolution.
I mean, the upside is that Leo hasn't really... Oh, no.
Don't tell me he's going to get silenced. He got off the Dark Pack, though, before the silence, but the charge is coming in from Moo. He doesn't have his ultimate, and there's also going to be that disruption, but still, they are surrounding him as best as possible, trying to prevent him from being able to pounce up and get away, but instead it was the Force Staff from Moo's that got him up into the high ground.
They're pinging a Roche right now, but I don't think you can take this while Beast Coast is live. And also... J.Storm's going to be really surprised that this OD has full BKB.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, well, then why didn't you just wait like 2 seconds? That's a head scratcher, but it shouldn't ultimately impact the game. It's just making things a little bit more difficult for you. They're going to go for the smoke with its timing. In fact, I think it should be J.Storm that's aggressively pushing out the lanes and forcing Beast Coast to respond to them, but instead... They're walking into these...
Resolution's going to run to the smoke. Managed to get the rage off first. Moose can always defend himself with a disruption if needed. He's going to purge up Resolution. They found the Death Prophet. 9 showed himself immediately. Gets sighted, blown up. The Oracle was in here. Now it's J.Storm who greedily try and take a fight despite not having certain key factors set in place. Last time was the BKB for Beast Coast. This time, you can't fight without your Oracle.
Also, I can't believe that Leo's able to play without any sort of dispel on the silence. He's really just relying on his 2 cores to be able to fight right now.
It's on for him.
Hello?
Hello. Maybe go into your settings and recheck it. Or is it... Oh, it has to go through this one? Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Roshan dead. Aegis for Roya with the level 20 talent as well.
Top lane being pushed out by Leo. I don't know. This game is kind of weird now. Like, I think J.Storm should have been pushing out the lanes and being like in a really good position that way. But instead, it's just Beast Coast that is aggressively using this like Slark to deep push the waves, and it's J.Storm that is like 5-man clumping.
And now it feels like J.Storm need kind of a miracle, right?
Yes.
Like they're 5k down to a lineup that is much stronger than them late game.
I think so too. Oh, you're going to be stunned for half a second.
Yeah.
I like Brax's build, by the way. He's going for the Vlads. This is like an unconventional build, but I think it works when you have certain things working for you. For example, like you're not the main core, the reason you're going to win.
Yeah.
So you itemize a little bit differently. You're thinking to yourself like, oh, Centaur, I want to get Ags, I want to get Shivas, I want to get AC, stuff like that. No, you can just build this Vlads, help out your OD and Slark, build something like this Solar Crest so that your Slark can just like hit 50 times in a fight.
Yeah. Same goes with OD, right? Solar Crests with OD are always so value.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 cores that have high base stats, so Vlad's is all the more effective.
Completely agree. And Leo, I mean, he's got sentries out. He's looking. He's trying to find where they might potentially have vision. And he's done a very good job of this. I like this. I was like, you know, Mike gives him the good boards. He's like, do whatever you've been doing this entire game. And yeah. I really think this game comes down to that bottom situation, by the way.
Yeah, the
not ulting for the tower.
Tier 2 push.
Yeah, that took so long. It just cuts all the momentum out of your game.
Yeah.
It slows down everyone's game because, again, if you were all just down there watching Rezo hit the tower, Beast Coast was like, take it. Like, if you guys are literally going to sit 5-man behind him, like, you saw Leo just cut waves.
Oh, no. Oracle, he tries to join his team, but that means he's going to be the first one spotted by Beast Coast, who quickly blow him up. BKB activated just in time. Brax is going to take a healthy amount of damage from the Laguna Blade. Almost dying here, but Roya drops the hammer on him. And J.Storm just falling apart. Resolution tries to go for the backline as best as possible. His rage is going to wear out. They actually bought back on the Death Prophet, who's going to come back in without exorcism to try and win this fight. They might be able to kill Moose here. Disruption goes out. He is going to be silenced. Moose looking to be able to chase him down. Just hoping for anything, honestly, to make this fight look a little bit better for them. But at the end of the day, I believe that's a 2 for 2 with buybacks.
It was a 2 for 2 with buybacks. And I actually think the Sen lives there, too, if he pops his wand. And they can clean disengage after that point.
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't really matter as this OD is hitting for way too much at this point. 3,600 damage in that fight alone. They lost 3 heroes. It was 3 heroes with double buyback, in fact.
Yeah. And now the 20% evasion is up for Resolution, but
that's pretty big. I think it actually makes a pretty big difference, especially with the Manta.
Okay.
But he needs one more item to be effective at this point.
I guess my counterpoint would be he's not really being targeted.
Yeah. Good God, Ryoyu is farmed.
Yeah.
Like, that is... Now I'm starting to get hyped. You told me, like, what it'll take to get me hype. And, I'm an honest person. I can't just, like, just start screaming for no reason. But, like, J.Storm is going to lose this game. Like, right now it is... I think it's, like, if I was Dota buff, I'd say this is, like...
1437 found again.
He's at buyback now. I think it's 85-15.
Stampede, well, it's about to be 90-10 if they get this kill on 9, which it looks like they will. Moo charged on through, but it looks like that's just one more death to add to the pyre here as 9. He's actually going to heal up a healthy amount, but honestly, there's no save for him, so they will eventually run him down.
Cap, would you like to know what it is?
I'm going to say 98-2.
It's 86-14.
86-14?
That's how close your boy was. It's 86-14. Oh, well,
I actually thought it was more one-sided.
No, I think it's about 85-15, like roughly. Now it says it's 87-13, which I said that before.
Yeah.
They took that fight top.
So maybe I just don't see it. So paint me the picture of where's this 13% come in for J.Storm?
You'd have to get like a 5-man charge and start splitting the game like crazy. And you'd have to get some pickoffs like this.
Well, that's a good pickoff. That's good.
Very good pickoff.
Brax not dying because he's on the high ground. Now he's been disrupted. And Fear's here. But now Fear, he's going to be left alone on the cliff. And the disruption gave him enough time to be able to get the blink away. Now they're going to stop his TP as well.
Oh my.
And honestly, you don't need to kill him. Well, he's got 4 staff. Never mind. So you
Good
should kill
lord.
him.
How
up
did that go
extra
so
agility.
badly?
I don't know.
And now you've got 10 perma-agi stolen by Leo, which is great.
Yeah.
For Slark at this point in the game, you feel very good about that number. They're taking all the towers. They have complete map control. They've got a Satanic on Leo. He's going to get an MKB next to deal with Rezo, which is 100% the item. Look at how deep he dives in, because he's got 63 agi stolen right now.
He is a beast, and they always have a save for him with the disruption. He also has the Satanic if needed.
Just pops it right now. They want to continue this high ground push for the time being with 9 and Fear dead, but going to disengage off of this, and now J.Storm just completely on the back foot. Not a lot of plays for them to make. And again, I feel like they should have been the team that could split a little, and whenever Beast Coast splits up, you can use Moo on the Spirit Breaker to apply pressure on the map. But now it's way too late to think about stuff like that.
They were also trying to get a Solar Crest because it's good offensively against the OD. But it's just not going to come in fast enough. They're going to have to try and take a fight. They can't stall out this game any longer. It just becomes worse and worse for them as time goes on, and they are going to be able to find somebody. That's going to be Moose. The Stampede goes off, and they have plenty of control to keep it.
Take what you can get at this point. The next Roshan fight, you have to get some hero exorcism off, and I mean, I don't want to call anybody out, but I do think 1437's positioning needs to be better.
Yes.
In these engagements.
Agreed. Totally agree on that one.
I think that this is one of the worst games that I've seen Thievin play, and this is the wrong time to have an underwhelming performance.
Absolutely.
Right now.
They do manage to spot IX Mike, though. He's hiding out in this tree area.
All right, now Roshan spawning in 50 seconds. That's kind of your friend. Actually, the timing of it's pretty rough for them.
Yeah, just as the supports are going to spawn back.
Yeah, now full MKB is completed. And we talked about how Ryoya just got the Shivas. Like I think he got it at 31. Well, he's got 1,500 gold and a Mystic Staff already on him.
Damn.
He's going for the Octarine, I'd imagine.
Yeah, with the spell lifesteal he's got, you can just heal so much. He takes a little damage, BKBs, Sanity's Eclipses, probably full heals.
That's his own Satanic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Beast Coast. You're doing it.
They certainly are. They do have the Aghanim Scepter up on Fear, which will help threaten both the Slark as well as especially this OD with his BKB.
You know, this lineup, like when you look at it, like when it comes to pure talent, these players are like, a lot of them are like castaways. But, you know, they've kind of like found each other.
Yeah.
They're like, guys, like, screw it. We're just going to make it work. Like, we're the scrappy team. No one really believes in us. Blitz didn't believe in us. He called J.Storm. He said they're the better team. But, you know, they're making me eat my words, and they're proving me wrong 100%. You got to admire, like, the fact that they're in this position. They're playing good, clean Dota, too. This is not one of those, like, they cheesed their way to a win, or J.Storm did something incredibly bad.
And Invis chain stunning him, and Leo doesn't have a BKB, which I was going to say is a benefit to him. He managed to get off the Stampede and Shadow dances away. So even with that perfect set of circumstances,
yeah, and that was
which
no
was
one
an
was near him either.
Spirit Breaker catching him unaware.
Plus, no one was near him. So they weren't getting any sort of disrupt saves or anything like that.
Oh, they're going to check the Roshan pit and be like, oh, I hope it's up because we used Exorcism.
It's 5 seconds. This is so... You've lost Roshan now, too.
Yeah.
There's no way you can defend it.
Absolutely.
You almost have to because you'll lose the game if you don't. But you're put into an impossible situation now. You don't have an Exo. And the fight, you weren't winning the fights with Exorcism.
Look at that. Exorcism goes away, and Roshan spawns.
I can't believe he's gone away with like this build, though. Leo, zero defensive items.
Yeah.
No Lincolns.
Yeah.
No BKB. Not even a Manta style, which is like the poor man's, or like, you know, like the carry's wet dream. Because like, you know what? I'll kind of build a defensive item.
Yeah, like at least the Manta to get rid of the silence. Nah.
I swear to God, if BKB dealt like 80 more damage, everyone would buy it.
What?
Like 80 more damage. If it was like a sexy DPS item. BKB.
Well, 80 damage is a lot.
I know, but I'm just saying.
What?
You give it like 55, and every pub player ever would build it. You can increase the cost and everything.
Okay, you're just saying the carry players like damage.
Yeah, of course.
And so it needs to be a damage item for them to build it.
Or if you could like combine BKB with Radiance, you know, to like create some like ultra item for like 18k gold.
Here's your farming plus defensive item.
Yeah, it was
sir.
Like you have to package it in like
yeah.
You know, it's like when you hide kids gummies and like or like their pills in like some sort of like sweet. You trick them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
or like with dogs.
So we need to find a way to trick carries into buying BKB.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, wait a second. Oh.
Leo. Oh, Resolution gets stomped again, and he's going to have to be saved by 1437, which he does, but immediately Leo, he sees that, and he's like, well, I'll just go for the carry as best as possible. Now the pounce gets blocked by Moo, tries to go for the pushback there of the Nether Strike, but gets disrupted save instead.
Oh, man, that's like 3 times now where Rezo's been opened up by that Centaur Sun, not even the Hex.
Yeah. And stole a lot of agility, as well as got some Arcane Orb intelligence in there, so even if they fail to get the kill, it still just makes them stronger for the next upcoming fight, but they need to be careful. Disruption save on Leo is immediately going to be silenced as he comes out of it, but the Dark Pact is near instant, so.
You saw what he was going for there, though, right?
Yeah.
He was trying to get the OD so that he can follow up with his own disruption, because they know that Moose has already used his.
Yep.
So it was supposed to be the 2-layer. That's the only way we're going to win the fight, as there's disruption number 1.
Constantly a disruption, an imprisonment, some sort of save coming from somebody. Leo's going to go back in. Resolution does end up his rage. He sees his opportunity, and they just blow him up. There's the Sandy's Eclipse. They take him out with no buyback. Leo, he's just going to chase down the Oracle because he's got nothing left, but here comes the charge out. Leo managed to save himself with the Dark Pact.
Look how greedy he gets to be, too, because of the double disruption save. But you can just wait now.
Yeah.
There's no ulti on 9. Lifestealer doesn't have buyback, to my knowledge. Nope. Oracle ulti is about to be up, but Beast Coast, this is going to be the freest racks of their life. They're probably going to go for 2. As soon as Rezo doesn't buyback here, it confirms for you that there's no buyback on the Lifestealer either. They're a little bit hesitant right now, but 9 doesn't have his ulti. This is free reign time for you, as Brax is looking for an engagement. He does have the cheese as well. Going to take this Rax for free. I'd imagine they make their way towards top. Leo still has enough Essence Shift. He's got the 25 talent for the duration as Brax. Going to get charged
jumps
up.
on 1437, who's going to be forced to save himself. And honestly, he's probably still going to die as Leo's doing so much damage.
He's just taking Essence.
He's taking all of 1437's agility and will take his life as well, including a permanent agility, while Moo dies on the other side. Multiple buybacks coming out. But still no Lifestealer, 15 seconds, and no Oracle ultimate. Nice use of the Force Staff to be able to stop the charge, and it doesn't get the stun onto Leo, which they probably would have saved anyway. 9 saved by the Oracle because of the Fate's Edict, not able to do the physical damage, but Leo just keeps on racking it up. Look at him, 102 agility right now. 9 passes right by him, and Leo just latches onto him as quick as possible. Now going to be able to fight Resolution. Honestly, he can almost 1v4, especially if he gets the defensive disruptions and imprisonments when he needs them, up to 150 agility with 13 extra permanent agility that he's stolen. Brax
150.
still has Stampede. He still has cheese. Leo can go back in there. He's just waiting his time. Goes for the blink now. Sees Spear. Managed to get him killed. Now they're going to be able to hex up the Lifestealer as well. Stomp on it too. Finish off the Lifestealer. Now go for the Death Prophet as well. Just bit by bit, taking him down up to 192. Plus another 15. That's over 200 agility stolen by Leo. Dropping items. Still has 302 base damage with 42 armor because he doesn't need items.
That's how you get it done. I like to see good, clean Dota from underdogs. We got that today to start the day. Beast Coast. That is so well done. I am so happy for them because you need this kind of victory. Sometimes, Cap, when you have situations where you know, it's like, well, we got brooded. Even though it's a part of the game, it's very easy to rationalize. Or like, well, we threw the game. We made some, like, big error. No, you just actually got dismantled. They chopped you down at the knees.
Yeah.
They just worked you.
Crazy stuff. Checking out the hero damage.
Don't underestimate Beast Coast. They're making waves. And the Undertow can be deadlier than you think.
J.Storm being pulled down by the Undertow, but they have not drowned just yet. They are gasping for air. They are down just one game left.
Oh, I love me a good underdog story.
But they don't want to go down to the lower bracket this early. They want to try and make it to that upper bracket finals, but we'll see whether or not Beast Coast can just close it out. Nice clean 2-0. They had a clean game 1. See if they can do it again in game 2. But first, we're going to go to a break and continue this hype series.
Bye. Wait, which one is it?
Stop
break?
Yeah.